Welcome to tonight's race, everybody. We have 90 laps at Kansas in the ARCA cars. One fast repair, no stages. These guys, 10 race season, no playoffs. So these guys are hungry for points. And we're going to bring in Carter to do the lineup. So let me. There you go, Carter. You are live, my friend.
All right, welcome to tonight's broadcast. We have as repeating what Jeff said, you got 90 laps, 135 miles. We're gonna go through the broadcast now, starting at pole in number 88 car. We got Hunter Davis out qualifying Edwin Warren in the outside pole, only by 1,000th of a second. Coming to row 2 on the inside, we got Brandon M. Hitton, and on the outside, we got Tanner Honeycutt. 46 of Mitchell Schaefer starting 5th, with the 45 of Tyler Walt starting 6th. Then we got Thomas Long and Zane Hussein, which is best starting grid of the season. 99 of Christian Clark and the 7 of Austin Knight. The 13 of Donald Bell and the 15 of Noah Schaus. The 32 of Jonathan Geis starting 13th and the 25 of Donald Ristow starting 14th. And 15th, we got Brock Santa Maria in the 34, and in 16th, we got the 64 of John Dottle. Juan College Jr. starts 17th, and Scott Kane Jr. in the 18th. And lastly, on the grid for the 19th, we got David Hickey. I have been notified by race control that we do have an EOL for the number 11 car, so even though he grabbed an outside pole, he has just taken his EOL. So the person starting outside pole will actually be that 2 car in that Jimmy John Freaky Fast car. Obviously inspired by Kevin Harvick's car he ran for a really long time.
We had a few who didn't qualify tonight. We always encourage everybody to qualify, just so we can call their name out in the broadcast for the starting lineup. But man, it's gonna be exciting. Carter, I'm glad you're here, and the pace car's off, and I'm gonna let you have it, my friend.
All right, 190 laps here at Kansas. We're waiting, and the green flag is out. Pretty even restart. 88 gets a great restart. Clears the 2 cars. He's gonna move up to the high line. No, he's gonna stay. He is gonna move to the high line. He clears the 5 car by the 10th of a second. The biggest thing here at the beginning of the track is not getting into any incidents that could damage your car. It's 90 laps, and at Kansas, that can feel like a long time. Especially, most important thing here is tire wear. If you have worn tires, you're not going to be able to run the track as fast. You'll lose time quickly, and you'll drop like a weight down the field. As we see the 5 car challenging the 88 to the 80 of the inside into turn 1 on lap 2.
Ooh, those guys got pretty close there, Carter. I'm back live with you. Just want to point out to the fans that are watching, shout out to your favorite driver. You got somebody you're watching tonight, let us know. We'll talk about it in the broadcast. And if something exciting happens, Carter, I'll stop talking and let you take over. Something else I want to point out, right now the 88 car, the 5 car, those are our premier drivers from last season. We are not counting their points for this series, so even though they're in first and third, those points won't count for those guys. I don't know. I need a sound effect of a wah, wah, wah. There's a couple guys in the field who that applies to, but everybody else, we're counting their points. These guys are, we got one smoking on the infield. I'll let you take over.
We got a blown on the inside. What car is that? That is the, I can't tell what that car is. Oh, we must have had an accident that did not cause a caution, but we got our car sideways limping onto pit road here, and I think that was, I can't tell what car that is. That really sucks for the 11 car. Qualified pole had an EOL penalty. They're gonna have their fast repair, but it sucks to have to use it this early in the race here. We'll definitely show you what happened there at that next break, but for now, we're going to go back to the leaders as we see the 88 still holding the lead, as we see the 2 car come into second place about 3 or 4 laps ago. they're all on about a line here. Some people still trying to shuffle back there, as you see, but getting in the line here, conserving tires, conserving tires, conserving tires. I cannot stress how important the tires can be here. If you burn up your tires in the first 10 laps, you'll maybe run fast 2/10, 3/10 quicker in the first 10 laps, but then you'll drop 4/10, 5/10 before you come to the pit. You realize you have 54% left on those tires.
Yeah, that's a good point you make there. I mean, you know, these guys probably qualified some of them on the high line. Doing that in a race will definitely burn these tires up. So we'll see a lot of these guys. The 5 car is actually my teammate. So when we run in our full series, he's a teammate of mine. He's a low line. He's definitely a low line specialist. So you know, we see these guys kind of spread out here in the top 5. You know, but I'd be curious to see, you know, Mr. Schaefer, you know, maybe Bob, you know, running that high line if that's going to wear those tires out a little quicker.
Taking you through the top 10. After coming up to lap 8, we got Hunter Davis in the 88 in first, Tony Honeycutt in second, Schaefer third, Hinton fourth, Maria fifth, Clark sixth, Knight seventh, Hussein eighth, Bell ninth, and Howell 10th. As you can see now, there's a bit more changing in lines. That 80, as that 2 car decided to run the middle line that time. Something that I was talking with the driver before the race, it was Mr. Edwin in the 11 car. He told me one thing you want to make sure you do is when you enter a corner, do not have your nose behind another car, because once all that air packs up, you'll go all the way up the track and you'll lose a ton of spots.
Yeah, it's a pretty good point. And I know you have the points. We'll talk about him here just for a little bit. The current top 5 is Juan Cobbs Jr., Edwin Warren, who we saw that incident. We're not sure exactly what happened, but that's going to hurt him in the points. Mitchell Schaefer, Donald Ritzow, and Noah Schus are current top 5 in points. We do get 2 drops, so as the season progresses, you know, guys who had bad races, maybe guys who started a week late, you know, we'll factor that in and see how this shakes out.
Now coming back to the lead series here, as we see that first, and I believe you told me first person right now is Premier Series driver coming down and racing in these series, and it's always fun to see these because you get the people who, and you see the 2 car maybe challenging for the lead here, and he goes up the track just a little. 46 had to check up just a bit, but back to what I was saying, you get these people coming back down to the things, maybe have some fun, but it really amps up the pressure for these people who only run these bottom leagues.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, that was just because, you know, those guys, we had a small field last year in Premier. You know, obviously it's a by application only, so not everybody gets to race in Premier. So, you know, we tried something a little different with this Wednesday night league. It's a short season. It's not the same as our regular seasons. You know, so we tried something a little different just to exclude. We did 2 things. We excluded last season's Premier drivers, and anybody who's won a trophy in the last couple of years, you know, like a top 3 in one of our regular leagues, we've also excluded them. So, you know, it's not only helping new guys join the league get a shot at a trophy, it's helping some of the guys in the league who haven't had it, you know, haven't won a trophy in the past couple of seasons.
It really helps it with people who mainly run these series to feel like they're not, you know, being stuffed up by Premier drivers coming in and winning everything. As we can see, there was a battle heating up for the lead as that 2 car got a huge run out that outside line off of turn 3. As you can see, that 2 car feels like he's not going anywhere, and that high line, you lose some time on entrance, but you gain a lot of time on exit, and that's another big thing here. The high line, you know, more tire wear. Oh, we have a caution. Is there no caution? We do have a caution out.
Sorry, I was muted. Didn't realize that we do have a caution, and we are going to see if we can determine what happened here.
Apologies for not seeing that.
Here we go. It happened at the back of the field. Let me just... Yeah, the 22 and the... at the 80 or the 08? I can't tell.
I think that's the 08.
Ooh, kind of a little apron dynamic there, I think.
Can I have a
Oh,
chase for you with that? All right. So we see the 22 of David Hickey and exiting turn 4 here. Coming into the corner, 88. I don't. Looks like maybe he didn't know he was there. I'm not entirely sure, but looks like there's not too much damage to them. Hopefully they can both continue without using their faster pair. But all in all, not too bad of a green flag run there. We had 15 laps. What do you think of that? What do you think of that wreck, Jeff?
it was, that was definitely a tough incident. I am trying to scroll this back to catch that earlier incident. Damon, I'm just going to mute us here for a second.
Lap is this? All right, we're going back to this lap 2 incident that didn't cause a caution. Ooh, it looks like okay, so looks like ooh, I can't tell what car that is, but he got up into the wall. I think he might have just misjudged the entrance into 3 there. I mean, there's a lot of people there. Maybe he had an air packed on his car, but he got into the wall. 11 car had a huge run, hits into the back of them, hits into the car on the inside, and a huge wreck, and just another car, an innocent bystander here. Blew his engine or off the thing. That was the no caution from earlier.
Yeah, and actually the 11 and 98 were teammates. I believe the 98 just formed a new team. No animosity there because what I saw in front of the 98 were a couple of guys also getting into the wall. So he probably checked up thinking there was going to be an incident. When he checked up, he hit the wall. Then Edwin hit him. So kind of a combo deal. Unfortunate for the 11 car, but we'll see. He's going to have a pretty good shot at getting some of these laps back, even though he's used his fast repair.
He's fast. I mean, he qualified outside pole, only a thousandths off from the 88 car. So I predict he'll be up here and be in the fray soon enough.
Yeah, and I believe the only race I've ever won was trucks at Kansas. I finished first. Edwin finished second, so I know he's fast at this track.
I want to bring this up now, but a few cars seem to pit that last goes around. Maybe for tires, for fuel, but definitely make sure to keep that there as you're coming to the green flag here.
Green flag, green flag.
And got a green flag out. The inside had a huge, great run. He is going to clear him by 2 or 3 car lengths. And that's the advantage of being the leader at these tracks is you get the green flag and the other person cannot pass you. As we can see, he closed him by at least 4 car lengths here. The field right now. Ooh, you see that 34 car trying to make a run for the inside, but thought better of it. 17 lap. Ooh, we see that red car hit in the wall. Can't tell what car that is. And oh, huge save. Oh, nope. I got a wreck. Caution flag is out. Can we have a pause real quick? I need to say something. I wanted to say we were 3 and 4 wide. It was crazy, but let's go back to see that incident. So we're looking at the 56 of Craig Knoll right now. Looks like some acing, and that is the 101. He tries to save it, but unable to save it. We're going to look at the chase view of the 101 now. It's going into the corner. Looks like 32 kind of comes up. He saves it. And then he just comes back down. That's... Ooh, we got a few big hits there, but... Oof, these two... Are they going to... Hopefully they can make it back and get their faster pair, but... Big damage on both of those cars. And we see most of the top 10 pit here. What do you think, Jeff? I know you run this track. What do you think the big thing for pitting here, the advantage of pitting here would be?
You know, I mean, so they get 4 extra sets of tires, or excuse me, 3. So they get 4 total. So, you know, now's a pretty good time to pit for tires. If you haven't pit yet, you know, come in and get those tires. You know, fuel-wise, you're going to get 39, 40 laps running hard. You may save a little bit towards the end of the long run, but you know, I think looks to me like a couple of these guys definitely came in and pit. You know, I'm guessing Bell, Knoll, Hossein, Knight, you know, Ristow, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. They probably didn't pit. So, you know, this is it's going to be a pretty good shake-up. You know, those guys who were up front are now kind of back in the pack.
Just realizing this, you know, the people who pit at the lap 14 wreck earlier are sipping great right now, as you know, these people took the advantage of pitting earlier, and now they've cycled up to the front of the lead. And you know, we've only had 2 green flag racing laps, so those tires are not that old.
Yeah, and you know, just doing the math, 90 divided by 4 says 22 and a half laps. You know, if you had to even break up of, you know, tire set. So, you know, for the guys who didn't pit, they definitely came in and got them, because you don't know when the next caution is coming. And you know, for the rest of them who pit a little earlier, they just moved up to the front.
It's going to be interesting to see how different those 2-lap old tires are going to be, but you know, this is a great strategy call by those people who pitted. I believe it's only these top 3 that pitted that last time, so I bet they must be feeling very smart right now for doing that. But it's going to be interesting to see if those 2 racing laps is going to make a big difference on this restart here.
Yeah, just now that I figured out where to look for it, Donald Bell and Craig Knoll are both on 21 laps with this stint. The other group you mentioned, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, are all pit on that last stop. So everybody else is kind of, you know, has the fresh tires. So let's see how these 2 up front can hang on with these old tires.
I did not realize that. That's going to be interesting with them not having pitted. They're going to have really old tires. It's going to be... The big thing here is going to see how good that second row can make a quick work at this first row. As they're going to come up to the restart. Coming to the restart zone. Green flag as the 13 car gets a huge run, as that inside ride has gotten... As the intercept has gotten, Noel's going to go to the inside, and now we're going to see how those old tires thing, as we can see look at how fast those cars behind them are running. We're going to probably see them pass them here in the next 2 or 3 laps here, but the 13 car has about a 6 or 8 car length lead now.
Yeah, boy.
And then to watch that restart for people crossing before start finish.
As we are 4 wide mid-pack going through the tri-over here. This racing is getting crazy, ain't it, John?
Yeah, it sure is. And you know, the important thing, was those guys getting a good jump on the restart, right? And they sure did on those old tires. And you know, all you're doing right now is you're out front, you're hanging on. You know, obviously these guys are going to be faster with those fresh tires, but still, if you can hang on for, you know, 5-10 laps, if a caution comes out, you come in and pit. If it doesn't, you know, they're not going to lose too many spots here. You know, as we're watching these guys, they're 3-4 wide.
And we have a new leader, the 63 car, as you saw on our broadcast. She got the run on the inside, which is not usual for them to see at that corner, and made a pass. And surprisingly, for only 2 laps, we have not seen a lot of movement from the second row. As I'm saying that, the 7 car goes to the inside to try to make a quick work at this 13 car, and it looks like he will. Same thing with the 36 trying to follow suit.
Yeah, just a quick shout out to those of you watching on YouTube. Intel, thanks for the comment. If you got a favorite driver, let us know who it is. And also thanks for pointing out that somebody else made a comment. Have fun, fellers. Oh, we got an incident.
Oh, we got a huge wreck in the middle of the pack here as the caution is out on lap 25. Looks like we're going to go into the middle of the pack here, coming out of 2.
Oh, it's just absolute mayhem. I did not catch who that was. I'm just going to guess.
Can I have the 97 on the chase cam, please?
There we go.
All right, we're going to look at the 97 here. He's coming inside. Looks like 2 people, the 2 car in the mid pack, and it's just carnage.
Yeah, we're going to check out the 2. He got a little Tanner
2
Honeycutt.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he got hit, air got pat. You can see. Ooh, did he get hit? I think I net coded.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a netcode. I mean, it could have been an error, but error and netcode, same thing. Definitely got him loose.
Tried to save it, hit the 88, then came up the track and hit the 97. It's just chaos and a lot of cars involved there.
Yeah, and I'm still learning. We've got a lot of new cams, thanks to our producer, Damon. Drone cam is definitely not going to do it. There we go. Just to see the mayhem here.
Let's see. Gets loose, checks up, trying to save it. A lot of people.
You know what's weird is watch this 88 as he gets onto the 2. You know, we call that netcode out. Watch how slow he gets. Almost like a... Like, I don't know if netcode braked or he braked.
I think he tried to brake to not hit him, but I think that's just what happens when you go 3 or 4 wide on these tracks. You know, any little hit here could be a catastrophe.
Yeah, we're just gonna check this out because I mean, he definitely slowed down a lot.
I think he might have had that thing we talked about earlier where the air got packed on his nose and he went up the track.
Yeah. Okay, we'll bring it back live.
Incident probably involved a lot of cars.
Interesting enough, looking at the stint numbers, Craig Knoll did not come in that time, so he was leading. He did not choose to come in. Knight, Hussein, Ristow, all on 12 laps. Santa Maria 7, Donald Bell on 27. So neither Craig Knoll nor Donald Bell chose to come in that time, unless we were so busy. I believe they passed the pit entrance, so they probably could have come in there.
No, they didn't go in.
Yeah, they're coming too wide.
Now we have 7 car on way fresher tires, and then we have 36 car on fresher tires. When was the last time the 25 pit? Were they inside that group with 36 and 7?
Yeah, 13 laps.
So we're gonna have those people on relatively used tires, but new compared to these people. Who's the most recent person on new tires here?
Give me 1 second. I was trying to look at the points. That would be
Everybody
Brock,
36.
the 34 car, Brock, currently in 5th place, has the freshest set. And then 88, who's just kind of involved in an incident a little bit. John, Brandon Hinton, those guys are all, from there on back, they're all on the same stop.
So looks like we're gonna have 3 different pitch strategies here. Noel, I guess, is just Noel is just trying to wait it out, which hasn't been a bad thing. I mean, he ran up front all that time, but it's going to be interesting now to see that the 7 car is going to have a front row spot here.
Yeah, just a shout out. Nicholas Lamb got a shout out on YouTube. He won last week, the 50 car.
Yep.
So he's doing pretty well in the points. You know, he's going to get that drop. So we're going to go green. I'm going to let you have it.
And you're going to have a green flag here as a both inside and outside got a decent run inside, getting that good restart as they always do. As the 7 car clears 3rd place, and now is a battle between 1, 2, and 3. As everybody else kind of still side by side, trying their best trying the best as that 7 car going to the inside. Is he going to try to make the pass here? They're side by side going down the backstretch. 7 goes low, 63 goes high, and guess what? If I'm not wrong, we have a new leader. We have a new leader, the number 7 of MS7 of Night. But that 63 is coming back. Maybe he has a lot more life in those tires than we do. To see a new person in third place, the 34 car, as we talked about, who had those new tires, and that 36 car is kind of that 36 car who is on the same lap as the 7 car, kind of falling back at 63, trying to come back on the inside here.
Yeah, and something to point out. I mean, Craig Noll, the 63, even though he's on a pretty long stint with these tires, he may have been saving pretty early on, kind of hanging out in the back, just waiting for that opportunity. So he may not have as much tire wear as we think he does.
And I want to interrupt you. We are 3 wide for the lead right now with the 34 car on the inside, 63 in the middle, and the 63 comes up, hits the 7 car. We got a big wreck on the inside. 36 car gets involved. And that's what happens when you go 3 wide on these tracks. Chaos can ensue.
Oh my goodness. I don't know which car to focus on. Let's just pick the 7.
All right, we got the chase cam. We got a 7 car. He is on the outside. He is 3 off the 63. He is looking, gets hit by the 63, and just absolutely whammed in the front by the 36. And a lot of people involved there too. We got 2 big incidents back to back. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about how much Craig might have been saving. He's got somebody inside. I don't know that he, maybe it wasn't his tires getting loose. It could have just been him trying to avoid that car on the inside. Just got a little too high, got into Austin, man, and then mayhem. And these guys are all just scrambling. I know some of these guys probably have used fast repairs.
It was a lot of people. The thing is, he was on the high line, and we were only 2 or 3 laps from the restart, so people hadn't merged together. So it just was bad news. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and it's gonna the front of the field. They're all kind of on the same set of tires through 5th place. 6th to 9th, all have a little bit fresher tires, but then it's kind of just balanced out now. Maybe I'm not gonna say that's gonna calm things down a little bit, but maybe that's gonna help. I just saw somebody just fly by with a little bit of damage. I'm gonna mute us both for a second. We're just gonna take a little breather.
and we're coming to a restart here, but it's going to be interesting. More than half the cars now have used their fast repair. So, usually you don't use that fast repair too early, but with these incidents, we're going to have some cars on disadvantage here. To come into the restart zone here, green flag. As the inside start gets a great run. Same thing with the second row as Brock has now taken the lead after almost taking it after going 3 wide in that last green flag run. The 88 and the 99 are side by side. Notably, the 88 has not paid it, so I don't think he has too much damage. And is that 81 going to take 97? Going to take a 3 wide? Yes, he is. 97. It's going to try to take a 3 wide on the bottom. I think he backs out. Of that as 99 and 80 is still side by side for second place, as the field is probably a bit more cautious with these recent incidents, but they're going to try to still get organized here. Alright. We're going to take a chase cam here. I believe this is the 5 car of Brandon Hinton that we're looking at here. We can see people are being a little bit more cautious now, as it looks like. Being a little bit more safe, but we're going to still try to take a 3 wide. We're going to still try to take a 2 wide side by side, just because we're trying to take a safe doesn't mean he's trying to get that next position. Now we'll look at the 98 of Jamie Howell, currently running 10th. We see that top 10 is still mostly side by side. Top 10 is mostly side by side. A lot of different lines are written run here. Still relatively even, but
Can we have a second place now, please? Can we have second place?
as we see, that battle for second place is heating up. As we're looking at Michael Schaefer, who I think just took a 3 wide for that second place, but Brock Maria has a commanding 8/10 lead right now. As you see the 88 trying to nose it in there. It looks like he got the nose in there. Is he going to have enough run to keep it with him? I think so. I think so. I think 97 might have hit the wall just a little, but we keep it green as the 46 is out cleared for second place. Now if he can focus, he needs to focus on the current almost full second gap between him and first place here.
Okay, come on.
Wow, this is getting exciting. These guys are still running 3 wide after that restart, man. And as you mentioned, Brock he's just championed out a full second lead on this field, so he's feeling pretty good about this lead. Now second place Schaefer. He's also got a pretty good lead on this pack. So they, as far as you can feel safe at Kansas, I mean that's pretty safe when you're kind of got a little gap on the field. And these guys are still just all kinds of craziness. Not only say craziness back in field, we're just gonna say tight racing. Look at these guys, 3 wide, 7 shoots it underneath.
Yeah, you're telling me. This is definitely. Oh, we have a wreck in the back of the field. As that looks like the 23 car goes high, and we have a caution.
Is that the 99?
Looks like that. So it's a 99. My apologies. He's coming through the tri-oval. I don't think he's the person we're talking about here.
Here we go. And so he was on the inside of the 98.
Thomas Long. Tri-oval. Let's go to the tri-oval. Oh, did he go a little bit high? It looks like, Jeff.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, so the problem is right now his spotter's not telling. Right about this time, his spotter may be telling him on the outside. Just as he was getting there, and he probably didn't realize. He didn't have anybody underneath him, so he should have been turning down at that point. But unfortunate incident for both of those cars. We're just going to bring it back live to see if. Oh. There we go.
And that is really tough because You know, you're coming out the track. If you're low, you have the run through the middle of the corner, but the high line has the run. You have to keep that in mind. The high line, has the run, so the spot is going to tell you clear, clear. But that high line has, but the high line has the run, so you try to maybe go up the track, get a little bit more, wheeled into turn one, and unfortunately, it can cause that.
Yeah, we're looking at the 98 right now. He has not used his fast repair, so I would expect a magical repair on the front of that car here in just a second. He's got some pretty good damage. Look at that wheel. That's pretty awesome. He's having a little difficulty, but that's okay. Boom. There we go. Magic. He's out of fast repairs. Like so many are tonight.
So Jeff, we're gonna probably be at this green flag. We're gonna be exactly halfway, 45 laps. What would you be? Who are you looking for on these last 45 laps to maybe come make a charge for the lead, or somebody who you think may, be an underdog here?
Yeah, so I don't want to focus on any of the premier guys, even though we got a couple of them in the top 10. But I'm looking. I'm not going to discount the guys up front, right? Brock, Mitchell, Jonathan. I would expect these guys to maintain, top 5, top 10 position, unless some mayhem happens. But, looking back in 10th place, Zane, he's got a pretty good shot. He still has a fast repair. Going to shout out to Nicholas Lamb. We had a comment in YouTube about him. He has used his fast repair, but, he did win last week's race. So, I'm not going to discount anyone who's currently on the lead lap at this point. I don't know. Give me your shout out for who you think.
I may have a bias, but the 36 of Zane Hussein has looked very fast when he's been up front. He had a dink earlier. He had that dink earlier, and I believe that he had a dink earlier, I believe, and that lap 30, and that lap 31 wreck at the beginning. But I think he did need to use his fast repair, so I think he could be fast if he gets up front. But of course, we can't deny Brock. I mean, I know he's running up front, but did you him having to have the guts to go 3 wide, and he's been, gapping the field on these restarts. So I'd be looking for him to either, have about a similar gap here on this restart.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have so many new drivers, and you're learning the guys. I'm learning some of the new guys. We do have some guys, regulars, Austin Knight, Donald Bell, the top 15, Craig Knoll. I believe Craig is premier, so maybe not, going to shout out him too much. But, Christian Clark in 5th place, and I'm going to give this away to you because here we go, green.
We're about to go green here. Sorry for interrupting you, but we're about to go green. And we got a green flag, as the inside got a great run. Looked like the 45 might have spun his tires as we see the third place, second row, Johnson Howell 97 now challenging for second. Still side by side going into one, as Brock has put a commanding lead right there, as we have seen him in the past few restarts. But notably, it's not the 4, 5, 6 car like that we usually see him doing, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this pit strategy plays up, because when you have a faster pair, you can definitely afford to maybe run a little bit more aggressive. But without a faster pair, you're at the mercy. Now you're at the mercy of all the other drivers and basically your own talent.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now I'm going to give a shout out to that 97 car. He's got a little fresher tires than the guys around him. He is the son. That's Jonathan Howell. Jamie Howell's the 98. So we got 97, 98, father-son duo. I myself have a son in the league. So does the 5 car, Brandon Hinton. We love it when we have father-son teams. His father has won a trophy, so he's not eligible for points in this league, but sure as heck that 97 is eligible for points in this league, and he's doing a pretty good job right now in 2nd place.
He's doing pretty good, because instead of the 34 gaining the lead, we've seen that 97. He's been cutting the lead ever so slightly, maybe 1,000 here, 1,000 there, but it looks like he's running about even with that 34 car, doesn't it?
Yeah, he sure is. And, if I'm in his position, right, I'm just trying to maintain, that top 3, top 4. He's got fresher tires, so he can save a little bit right now. I mean, he probably needs to get down to that bottom line, but he can save a little bit and maybe gain on these guys a little bit later in the run.
As we see the 45 car go low, try to make a pass for second. Looks like he does clear him. The 45 of Mitchell Schaefer is back in second place. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can ride the wind and maybe challenge the 34 for first. Challenge the 34 for first place.
Yeah, and also Mitchell, he's 23 laps on his tires. Brock is 29, so Mitchell and Jonathan are both kind of in that same position with their stints, and of course Mitchell may have just topped off for fuel. Hard to say.
Of course, we could go about 48 laps on fuel. So 97 got loose off of 97 goes off of the triable, but he saved it. He is about to fall back a lot from losing that momentum, but good save by that 90. Good save by that 97. As now we're looking up front. That 46 is closing in on that 34 car. Slowly and surely, we can see 34 car trying to swerve on the backstretch to break that draft, but that 46 car, like an eagle, eyeing that 34 car, trying to make a pass for this lead here.
Yeah, and he's got 6 laps fresher tires, so he's got a little bit of an advantage. It's hard to say. He may let the 34 wear his stuff out. And he may just be biding his time, but he's still gaining on him.
He does. Yeah, it's a good point. He does have those 6 lap fresher tires, so he does not have to push right now. He could be just trying to feel the mirror of that 34 car, force him to drive harder than he ever did. And see that 64 car, who we haven't talked about much, making a challenge for second here, and I think he's going to make it. New driver in third place, John Dartel. I have not seen him out of here. Have you?
No, and it's just a testament to this track and just kind of keeping your stuff clean, keeping your equipment clean. Right now, I mean, now's the time, right? I mean, early in a race you try to avoid an incident, but now's when you're pushing. And shout out to Intel right now on YouTube. Yes, absolutely. The 50 is his uncle or her uncle, not sure. But yes, please join the league. We love family combos. Not only that, but this Sunday, we are having our 3rd all-women race. So tune in on Sunday evening, our normal race time. This is our 3rd time. The first race, we had 15 women race. It was an exciting finish. We keep showing that clip from that in our feeds. And I know right now we got guys passing each other, so I'm going to let you take us back over quickly. Second race, we had 12 women race, so we're hoping to get, 10 to 15 women racing this Sunday. Tune in. It's pretty exciting. They take over our rigs. We let them race, and they have a blast.
As you were saying that, the 64 has now made a pass for second place, and looks like he's trying to challenge 34 for that first place. So before he was running maybe bottom part of the top 10, but he has decided to crank up the momentum now as he's made quick work of the 88 in 2 laps and the 46 in 2 laps. So maybe he's a contender. I believe he's a contender for the lead here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm responding to everybody on YouTube. I love, we got people watching, commenting. Love to see this from these guys. Man, don't look now, but this is, I mean, not only the top 3, the top 6 are within, just a blanket of each other right now.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you see, that 50 car, who was actually involved in a wreck earlier, back up front. As we see,
It's a 58 or 50.
50.
As you see, that 50 car, who was involved in a wreck earlier in the leader of last week, now challenging for that top 4 position, and looks like he's about to clear it. So new person in top 4, as looks like the 64 and the 50 have turned it up here, as he's now going to try to take 3rd here on the inside. Is he going to be able to clear him side by side going into 3? Is he going to have the run still side by side exiting the corner? Looks like that 46 got into the wall. Same thing that 64. Looks like 64 had to check up, and that 50 is now going to inherit that 2nd place position. But
a little bump trap. Nope, sorry, go ahead.
The big thing here, that 34 is probably looking in the mirror and saying, yeah, let those people battle, because what do you mean those people battle? They're going to burn their tires up, and that 34 can just basically run on cruise control until those people organize.
Yeah, and again, just commenting on the YouTube feed, Nicholas Lamb's nephew was giving a shout out to the 50 car. I think it wasn't long ago. He was in 10th or 15th. I said, hey, don't look now. Let's give a shout out to Nicholas Lamb, even though he's down in the field. He won last week's race. He's a racer. Sounds like their whole family races. Would love to get them all in the league. Man, that would be some fun if we had some incidents involving the family.
We don't need more family drama. Is always fun, but it also can break apart people. As we see that 50 car slowly running them down. Slowly running them down. Last lap, Braun went a 31.031, and the 50 car went a 30.792. So that 50 car, as we have a caution, is out on the track.
Trying to catch a replay. It said Craig Noel was driving slow. There's the 63.
Can I have a view of the 23 car?
We're gonna switch.
Who'd you say, Damon?
The 80 car?
Okay, 80 please.
Alright, so we have the 80 coming on the back stretch. Let's see, entering turn 3. Enter turn 3, looks like everything's normal.
I'm afraid to fast forward, but I may have gone back too far.
Go find your X incidents in the thing and double click on one of those. Inside the redo it inside the timeline inside the
Looks like, oh, alright.
Can I have chase of 80 please?
Alright, so it looks like 80 car gets bumped by that 97, just tries to overcorrect it, hits the outside wall.
Yeah, and I'm curious, was this another little net code? Let's just see. Nope. Oh, well, hard to say. What do you think, my friend? A little bit of both? I mean, it's net code, but it definitely, he probably was going to hit him anyways.
Looks like net code and, ooh, big hit by that 25 car. Looks like a little isolated incident, but that really sucks. You could see that 97 car was involved. If not too long ago, we were talking about him in the top 3.
Yeah, we're just going to, oh, maybe rear chase is a little... Yeah, so there's a little bit of net code, but they were definitely going to make contact. Well, I'm going to give you a break for just a second, but don't look now. We have a new leader, a new member of our league. We are out of numbers 0 through 99. So he's been given a 101 number. So shout out to Stetson Williams. Kind of love that first name, Stetson. I mean, that's pretty cool. And we're going to go mute, and we'll be back in a minute.
So everybody, welcome back to the iRacing ARCA race at Kansas. As you see, the first row, the 101 and the 54 are on, I believe, 13. Can you confirm that for me?
18, 19 laps.
18 lap old ties compared to everyone behind him, and green flag as an outside line had to check up a bit as 101 As you the one is Stetson Williams leading his first laps in this league, but in this league as the 34 is going to try to make quick work of him. He does not want to try to waste his tires too hard as somebody who has 13 lap older tires. As we see the 34 on the outside, is he going to be able to make the pass for first here? As he's been leading all race, let's see. Yes, he is. That 34 car now up to first. That 34 car, and we have another caution. And we have another caution on the restart. 34 car, I think, had taken the lead before that.
Yeah, just to point out, I mean, these guys, I don't know who's the caution's on, but we'll figure this out quickly. They do get a bonus point for leading a lap.
I saw a car right in the top of the wall. I couldn't tell what the car was.
Yeah, we got one in the wall here, so we're just trying. I mean, we got a couple of guys slow. Trying to figure out exactly who it was.
Check the 54. Check the 54.
So it's a 54 who has gotten the wall. Remember, he's on older tires than everybody else. Entering 3. Oh, he's big and I can't tell what car. That's the 99.
99, yeah.
I think that.
Can I have chase cam 99?
As we see the 99 from the far chase, goes into the. I think he got loose. I think he got loose on accident. I think he
sees him getting in the wall, I think, tries to come down a little too hard, gets loose, snaps it back, and then he plows into him. We are not doing race committee during this broadcast. We try to keep it balanced for these guys, but he definitely saw that action and just got loose. Man, tough break for the 99. He's also won the first race. He's doing pretty well in points, so, you know, tough break for a lot of these guys. But, you know, back up front, you know, Brock's on the, 4 laps. Stetson, love that name again. He's got the older tires, so not sure. These guys are still single file. Not sure if we missed the pit road entrance, but, you know, everyone else pretty much down through 20s on either 4 laps or 0 laps. So
You're coming to the pit open right now.
and we're
let's
just gonna
see. Is that 101 gonna pit? Pit is open. I don't believe we have any takers.
Yeah, the rest of he's the one I was looking at, the 101. He's on 22 laps, so he's going to gamble and just hope that he gets a really good restart.
He did get a really good restart that last time, but the 34 you see in 2 laps hunted him down. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to do in an outside lane, which has not had a great restarts this race.
Yeah, and from this point on, these guys can make it on fuel, right? So these guys who all pitted, 4 laps ago under green, 3 laps ago under green, they can probably all make it. So Stetson's the only one who's not going to make it on fuel, so he's obviously got to pit again. But as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, they do get a bonus point for leading a lap. I do believe that has to be under green. Not sure if he got that. We had some mayhem there, but still.
Don't look away now, but that 50 car is still in that 50 car and that 97 car is still in the mix here.
Yeah, and again, Nicholas Lamb, he won last week. We've got some shout-outs to him on YouTube. Thanks for that. Appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, you can't discount anybody who's won a race, right? So, you show up your first week, you win a race. We're going to kind of pay attention to you and watch to see what you're doing, but pace car's off. I'll let you take it away.
All right, pace car is off, coming to the restart zone. And green flag, green flag, green flag. As the 34 got a great restart as he has been doing, and he has cleared the 101 car. 101 car goes to the inside to try and block off that 46, but I don't think he's going to have a great success doing that. As the 46 is going to clear him. Yes, the 46 has cleared the 34, has cleared the 101 for 3rd place, as now we have a bunch of people on way fresher tires. Let's see how that 101 car does. Oh, we see the 88 go sliding into the wall there. I think he's going to keep it. I think he's going to keep it straight, but as we can see, 30 laps to go. 30 laps to go. People are going to try and give and take what they trying to get what they can get now.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting for the 101. Obviously, he's got a pit. We got Brock is blinking just a little bit out front. He knows he has to pit, right? But it may play into his advantage because if we get a caution, he pits and gets fresh tires. He gets the fuel he needs. These other guys may not pit, so it could play out for him. But don't look now. Again, 50 car in third place.
And he's been fast all race. We didn't talk about him earlier, but I think he saw 40 laps. I think he saw second lap safety saying, "Go, go, go! It's my time to shine."
Yeah, now of these guys up front, Brock has not used his fast repair. Hunter, the 88, Brandon Hinton, the 5 car, currently in 5th or 6th. These guys have not used their fast repair.
46 went high. I think he had to check up as we have the 50 car on the inside. The 46 spins on the inside. Is he going to be able to save it? And no caution. No caution. Looks like there might have been a bit of contact between him and that 50 car, but 34 just saw that and smiled. Look at that huge lead he has now. We're gonna look at a replay now. 46 car checked up. Think he tried to go low. Ooh, maybe a bit of net code there. I can't really tell.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it back live, just so we don't miss these guys up front because. Hang on, we're not even show front because he's so far out in front. Hunter Davis, Jonathan Howell, Brandon Hinton, Nicholas Lamb, trying to chase him down.
Yeah, we talked about Hunter Davis, but we haven't talked about him in second place. So now it's going to be a big deal if these people can, organize themselves and maybe run on a pack here to catch this 34 car, who's been dominating the second part of this race.
Yeah, this is just, again, we're going to talk about the Premier for a second. These guys you got to apply, right? We don't just let anybody into Premier. We've got 2 of them right now in the top 5, Hunter Davis, Brandon Hinton. These guys they enter Premier, not only are they good drivers, they're safe drivers, right? And so, that's the prerequisite for making it to Premier. But, these guys are also, they win a lot of races in our league. So, a shout out to them for showing up, racing. I don't want to call this a beginner league. It's not a beginner league. This is more of a let's get these new guys in the league. We're racing during our off season, so congrats to the kind of the legacy drivers, the old school guys showing up and competing with these guys. I kind of love it.
It's always fun to see the legacy guys compete with these other guys. Young talent, old talent versus young talent. As we're going to take a look at this ever-changing top 10, but we got Maria, Davis, Howell, Lamb, Hinton, Schaus, Hussein, Dowdle, Howell, the other Howell and Geist go in this top 10. But that thing is ever-changing, and that thing is ever-changing as we see Noah Schaus entering the top 5 for the first time that I've noted. Going back to the leader, this Brock Maria, the last lap he ran a 34.7, and last lap Hunter Davis ran a 34.10. So Hunter has actually been running faster laps these last 2 or 3 laps than Brock. But the real question is, once he gets close to him, is he going to be able to have enough speed to get past that dirty air?
Yeah, and right now, I mean, we talked about the 101 earlier. He's on the oldest set of tires. He's dropped back to 15th, but that may come into play for him. But everybody else, I mean, we're looking at the top 10. Everyone else is pretty much on the same set of tires, except for the 64, currently in 9th place. He's got a couple extra laps, fresher tires, but it's not going to be that big of an advantage, 4 laps difference. So these guys are all on equal footing. We run fixed setups here, so everyone's got the same car, right? I mean, obviously Ford, Chevy, maybe you can say one's faster than the other, but these guys are all running, getting pretty tight there.
50 car, got a little high, but I really want to mention the 50 car. I just took a peek at his lap times. Can you guess his last lap time, Jeff?
The fastest of the field would be my guess.
Yep, 30.28 compared to Brock, who's running 30.5, so he is running 0.3 faster than these top 2 cars here. The first question is if he can get past these cars and make a challenge for the lead.
Yeah, we still have a lot of laps to go, right? So even though they're all on the same set of tires, You know, they've he's really scraping that wall there. They've got the same
I think he
setups.
might have gotten into the wall.
Yeah, he may have, so that's going to hurt him a little bit. But you know, don't discount him for getting back up in the hunt.
Oh, if you see him drop back a little, he might have some damage from hitting the wall there, but right now the battle between first and second is Brock and Nick, is Brock and Hunter Davis, who we've seen for the past six or eight laps here, and you know they've been running about the same lap time. Hunter's been running slightly faster because he has the draft, but you know, we see this, you know, top 8 all covered by almost a second and a half. Anything happens here, it's anybody's game, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And it wasn't just a couple months ago. Just a shout out to Hunter Davis. He now kind of has a controlled race committee. He does a lot for the league. He gave a shout out announcement at the beginning of the race. He races Premier, so he doesn't get points in this race tonight, but he still has a fast repair, so that means he hasn't been caught up too much, which is why he runs Premier. So shout out to Hunter. He currently runs for TRN, which is also the 11 car, and a couple other guys running in the field tonight. They are TRN. We have teams here, so we love to give shout outs to teams. New guys can form new teams. There's a lot of good guys who aren't on teams, so you know, again, shout out to Hunter Davis. Love everything he does for the league. He also serves in our military, so shout out to all the guys who are veterans. We have I'm going to use a bad word. We have a crap ton of veterans and active duty members in our league, and shout out to those guys every week for what they do for us.
I very much appreciate them. As we're going to come back, I've been checking the lap times while you were talking. The top 2 are running about the same lap time. Brock ran about like 1,000 faster than lap, but notably, everybody behind them is running about 0.2 faster than them. So, it's, as I know I've said this about 14 times this race, and dirty air seems like it's a big deal. It's going to be a big thing in this race, but it would be really interesting to see if any of these cars can actually get up there and challenge Brock. We can see Brock trying to go, you know, swerve a little bit on that backstretch to break the draft, but you know, these people behind him running faster lap times all in the draft, but you know, you have to give it up for Brock to be able to hold this lead. He hasn't in the past, you know, 30 laps. He really hasn't faulted, has he?
No, he sure hasn't. And again, we're just going to call out another number. Ooh, 98, 97, completely sideways.
I think that's the 50.
Oh, I was just going to call out the 50's name. I didn't broadcast curse him because that happened right before I said it. But again, Nicholas, great save. Again, he's probably going to finish in the top 10. Won't be shocked if he finishes in the top 5, even with that little slide job. We are going to, you know, 5 laps to go here.
We're coming to 5 laps to go here, and the battle up front is getting interesting as we see. Ooh, 88, big one to the wall, sliding on the inside. Oh, he's going to save it. Big save from that 88 car. Let's just make sure he merges all right. But I was about to say, the battle is getting interesting. I think he might have some damage, but the battle up front's getting interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, all covered under a second. Remember that 97 I said was running about 0.2 faster. We're going to kind of 4 laps to go. We're going to come to 4 laps to go here, and barring a caution, that 97 is just going to try to run down that 34.
Yeah, and you know, that's why Hunter's in Premier. You saw he got in the wall, got sideways, got in the infield. He remerged safely, and shout out to safe driving. I know he's probably got some damage. He's not going to be happy with that, but Nicholas Lamb, we saw that little incident earlier. He's still in top 5, so you know, shout out to these guys. We got, you know, Bob, Jonathan, you know, Brandon Hinton, Jamie Howell, Jonathan and Jamie, the Howell Show, and Nicholas Lamb in top 5.
This battle is heating up as what was almost a full second lead has been cut down to about 5/10, coming to 3 to go. Both behind him have been running him down. Looks like they get a big run out of the corners. As something I want to look at, I want to shout out that 23 car. I know he's running last car on the lead lap here, but he is running without a front bumper, and a lot of people would, give up, disconnect, maybe hit back a beer, but looking at this, but he just says, I need to get the points, and shout out to him. He's still going to get a top 20 out of this if he continues.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, he's an old school member of our league. Love Thomas Long. Oh, we've got some red stuff showing up on screen. Maybe that's just me. We'll go back up to the front.
I don't see anything.
There we go. I would pretty much assume, like I said, Thomas Long is just going to stay high, stay out of the way, let these guys fight it out.
The big thing is we're going to come to 2 laps to go here. We're going to come to 2 laps to go here. It's that 97, and we haven't talked about him. Brandon hitting the 5 car has been eyeing him down. We're going to see if they can do anything to challenge challenge this 34 car who's been absolutely dominating this part of the race. As you can see, he's closing in. I think we're gonna have an interesting 1 lap to go here. 97 may have got off just a little, but I think he's going to get the run here. We're gonna come to the white flag. 1 lap to go. We're gonna come to the white flag. 1 lap to go in this race, and 1 lap to go in this race with Maria having a commanding lead most of this race, but the 97 trying to see if he can do anything. I think he's going to get a big run on this backstretch. Let's see if he could do anything to challenge this 34 car. Is he going to get to the bumper? 34.
Oh, he's dropping inside.
Chopping inside. 97 has the inside. Is he going to take it? He is. It's going to be a drag race to the finish here. 34 car high, 97 car low. It looks like the 34's got the run. 34 takes it.
Oh my goodness, what a great finish. Shout out to these guys. I know, Damon, you're probably still listening. Let's try to get the 34 car in for an interview if we can. If he's in Discord, let's hear what he has to say. And in fact, if you can, let's get Jonathan in there as well.
Top 3, can you come inside Discord?
Man, what an exciting finish. I don't know. I got to replay that back. Actually, you know what? Let me find Brock.
Let's just take a look at that last lap from the 97's point of view.
As we are rewinding and rewatching this, we're trying to get these guys into Discord.
97 looks like he had the low run here, but the biggest thing about the high line is it has the run. 5 car had a run. He took it high, and almost three-whited this finish. A great finish there. Let's see if we can get one of those 3 into the broadcast. Yeah, I'd really like to talk to Brock about that second half of the race.
Sorry, I got Brandon here.
Hello, hello. This is with us. Now in our broadcast. We have our 3rd place finish here. Brandon Hitton. Hello, Brandon.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. Tell me, you just fell just short there, but tell me how it feels to finish 3rd at this race. You had a crazy race today.
Yeah, I think I had used all 9 of my lives. I dodged pretty much every wreck that was in front of me. Now I was lucky to get through most of it unscathed, and but this is a fun combo with the ARCA and Kansas. This was a lot of fun. Now the last few laps, everybody was slipping and sliding and trying to maintain, but that's what made it fun. So this was a fun combo and a fun race to run.
Going back to those last 5 laps there, you see the 50 car take the big slide from 3rd, who I'm pretty sure was in front of you. You caught up to that 97. You caught up to that 97 car. What would you say were your thoughts going into those last 2 laps when you guys were 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, I saw them get side by side coming into 3, and I knew that was going to be like a parachute for them running side by side, and that's where I got my run. Didn't think it was going to be enough, and it wasn't, but made it pretty close. But yeah, it was sketchy those last 5, 6 laps. That's why you saw people losing grip and losing it, and but maintained, and happy to get a top 3 out of it.
We have one more.
Yeah, thanks.
That was our third place. That was our, I believe, was our third place finisher, Brandon Hitton, and I believe we're going to bring our winner here.
I think we have Brock coming.
We're stalling. We're going to get Brock in the broadcast. We're having technical difficulties on Discord getting our race winner into a room. These guys are learning our system. But again, thanks you.
Wait, he is here, so let's
Okay.
back that up.
We're going to back that up. Whoop. And we did figure out how to get Brock Santa Maria into Discord. And Brock, are you with us? We're still working on it.
No, he's in the room.
Okay, hey Brock, congratulations on the win, buddy. How'd you feel about that race?
Pretty damn fun.
That's awesome. I'm gonna let Carter
Finish was
take
a little
over the.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Carter take over the questions.
All right.
Great. That was a great race there by you, Brock. I want to ask you, you dominated that second part of the race. What were you doing to make sure that, you didn't let people fill in your mirrors make you worried?
I was just blocking him with dirty air, making him tight behind me. Just staying consistent.
Yeah. Tell me, you ran mostly basically in the back part of the top 10. At what point, I'm assuming at some point you just said, I gotta get up there. What were the keys to winning this race?
Yeah, definitely getting up there early because when you get in the back, it's just it's like you're too busy like stuck racing back there, and it just takes fucking forever.
Man, first win at DES, man. Congratulations. Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.